What up? So I'm gonna start messing around with YouTube, not for the sake of making money, not for the sake of I don't know any of that stuff, but more for personal gain. For basically anybody that knows me, I struggle with conversations in public. It's just I'm getting ready for work, so I'm gonna just knock this out quick. I'll probably make it over like 10 minutes, so if I do ever get popular, I can. Like, 10 minutes is good YouTube money, I hear. So, probably at 10 minutes, I'll just cut it off and be like, cool, go. Um, but, what was I saying? Okay. But, I kind of decided with my dad's passing in last July, I took all last year to be just depressed and sad and kind of deal with it and just take a deep dive into depression and looking at myself. And I definitely want to start off the year like new year, new you. Everybody's like all that stuff, but I'm kind of taking on some big stuff. One of the things I'm going to do is mess around with this YouTube stuff. I don't really have a plan. I don't know what I'll do. But one thing I want to do, this still makes me really nervous to talk about. I want to start this off with a story. It's probably the only regret I have with my dad. When I was 13, though, I basically wanted to commit suicide because I was like bullied in class, and I don't remember exactly. It was a long time ago. It was like 20 plus years ago. So I don't remember why. And I still do want to end my life occasionally, especially around his passing. I still want to do it occasionally. I'm not going to. It's something I struggled with when I was younger, but now it's not so much of a struggle. I like to think of it as a big monster I keep in check and keep locked away, and I know where the key is, but this big, giant beast thing does not know. You know you're Italian when you're talking, and people can't see your hands, and that bothers you. Let's see if I can. I don't know. Whatever. Cool. Anywho, oh, that's so much better. You're not talking if you're not using your hands. Anywho. Where was I? Okay, I was 13, I was thinking about suicide. Yeah. I'm also getting ready for work, and I'm just knocking this out quick. I don't know if I said that. I don't know, let's get going. But I was basically frustrated with life as a whole, and I've probably always had some depression in my head. When I was younger, I didn't really know how to deal with it. Now it's, like I said, it's a big monster that I've squished down into this little tiny cage, and I keep it locked away, and it does get out sometimes. But I know when it's out, I know I gotta battle it and get it back in there, and I know I gotta lock it away again. It's not always easy, especially with my dad passing not long ago, and I was always pretty close to him and looked up to him a lot. I really there were a couple times where I just had to stop what I was doing and sit and do nothing because I was kind of scared I was going to hurt myself. which is part of the reason I'm going to do stuff on here. Just there are too many emotions. I need to actually talk about stuff, and I don't really have an interest in going to like a shrink or psychiatrist. But if I did, I'd probably go right now. Like, yeah. I need to do something to get stuff off my chest, otherwise it's just gonna eat me alive. And I feel like if I don't do stuff like this and don't just openly admit that I struggle with suicide from time to time, I may succumb to it and it may get the better of me, and I don't want that. Also, I kind of figured, since I've been battling it for like 20 years and I have a good handle on it, and the main reason I've never really been too enthusiastic about like just using medication to take care of my mental issues is because, let's say I forget to take a pill one day. I couldn't handle it myself. I would be using those pills as a crutch to take care of whatever I got going on up here. It's not always great. But if I never finished my story. Give me a moment. Anywho. But yeah, if I kind of leaned on medication, I was afraid. I think even as a young kid, I kind of realized if I lean on medication, I will be less capable of dealing with it myself. So I wanted to kind of focus on, I think even as like a very young kid, I just wanted to kind of, I don't think I was able to wrap my head around what I even wanted to do for quite a while. But I like the idea of kind of working out my brain constantly and dealing with my demon through my own mental, I don't know. I gotta finish getting ready for work. But basically, I want to kind of use this as a tool over the next year or two. As not only a way for me to become more outspoken and less of an introvert, probably. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be a true extrovert. Like, ooh, let's go. I don't know. That's not me. But at the same time, I've been working out my brain for non-stop for the past 20 years. I like to think I'm kind of smart. Sometimes. My actions just don't always say it, but everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes bad choices. But the thing is, with me struggling with suicide for like 20 years, I'm in a position where I can kind of make some videos, probably. I don't know. I don't have a plan. Make some videos talking about why I'm still alive, why I won't do it, why just all the stuff that I've come to terms with and that I deal with. And like when it comes to suicide related, I can put out some stuff that maybe a couple people stumble upon, and maybe a couple of people will decide, you know what, maybe I shouldn't kill myself. And I don't know who these people will be. I have no idea. I'm not really doing it thinking about doing this with anyone in mind. It's just I can do a mixture of becoming more talkative with people and kind of being more comfortable in my own skin, I guess, and also maybe keeping a couple people from killing themselves. So it's kind of win-win. Quick story that I'd never finished. Um, when I was 13, I actually had this, like a screen off a window. I lived on like the second story of where we lived, and I had a screen off my window. Stuff was going bad. I think I was picked on a ton. I don't really remember. I'm checking the time to make sure I'm not late. I don't really remember exactly what was going on at the time that made me want to jump out a window, but I wanted to. I was going to. Um, I was basically convinced that there was no reason to live. So I was going to do it. And at the moment I was about to jump, well, not the moment I was about to jump. I mean, there was probably about 30 seconds of from the time I was kind of standing on a desk waiting, thinking like, okay, I got the window open, I can jump, I can probably end things right here, be done. So I was probably about 30 seconds away from jumping out a window and just making my depression better, which it wouldn't have. It would just passed on all the depression I was feeling to everyone around me. So if you are thinking about killing yourself, keep that in mind. If you go through with it, you're just taking your depression and you're passing it on to everyone that's around you. I mean, I get your struggle, but that's what you're doing. Not trying to be a jerk, but that's kind of the way it is. But I was about 30 seconds from actually going through with taking a leap. It wasn't that high, so I think looking back, I would have just hurt myself badly and maybe caused, I don't know, pretty good damage and just messed up the rest of my life and been an embarrassment because people like would have been from that point on. They would have been like, "Oh, what happened to you? Why do you look funny? Or why can you not function right? Or what? I don't know. Whatever would have happened." And the explanation would have been, well, I tried to kill myself, but I couldn't even do that right. Oh, that would have been so bad. But with me, but at the point where I was about 30 seconds from jumping, my dad opens my door to my room and it's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, uh, uh, um, I'm really hot, so I just want to get some extra air. I remember that's exactly what I said. I'm pretty sure he had an idea of what I was gonna do. I think. I don't know. But that's the one thing I wish I could have talked to him about. Kind of told him that the reason I'm still alive is because he walked in at that very moment. Well, the reason I didn't jump out a window, who knows what would have happened. But like I said, I'm probably gonna treat this as like a small little hobby. I think the first couple things I'll upload to this will be like maybe more suicide stuff about why not to do it, how to, if you come across somebody, like if your friends or family is like, hey, I think I actually want to commit suicide sometime, maybe how to like help them get through it. Uh, that and if you're thinking about doing it, why not to do it? I mean, the biggest one that I think of all the time is even occasionally now when I think about doing it, like I shortly after my dad passed, I just wanted to do it so I could go see him. But like I said, if I was to do that, I would just pass on my sadness, my depression, my the stuff I deal with, and that I've gotten pretty good at dealing with on a regular basis. I would just be passing on all that to everyone around me. I want to be ending my sadness. I would be passing it on to my friends and family. That's not good. I don't like that idea at all. So, yeah, I should probably go get ready for work. But to anyone that knows me that sees this, I'm not gonna. This isn't like my letter of goodbye world. It's. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. I've been battling with this issue for 20 years and I'm still here, so. As long as God wants me here, I'm gonna stay here. Even though I don't want to. But I think I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I don't really have a plan of what I do from this point on, and I don't know. You're always like, oh, the YouTube guys are weird. Why do they end stuff like that? And I can kind of see why. I don't know how to end this, but I guess I would just say bye because reasons and stuff to do. And I'm gonna go be an adult and go work now. So later, I guess. Okay, bye.